Hi, everybody. Wishing all of you a very good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on a Saturday afternoon. We're talking to a current student of Clark University, one of the most globally acclaimed and one of the most renowned academic institutions in the United States. Features in the top 100 in the US. The US has got about 4,800 universities in cumulative, and Clark has always emerged as the top 100. Uh, we've got Harita Saviri with us. Um, who's a student of MS Information Technology with Clark University in the US. We are going to be asking her almost every single thing about studying in the US. Why did she choose the US? Uh, we will ask her about how her academic journey has been so far. What are some of the co-curricular or internship opportunities that she's gotten on campus, off campus, if she's had CPT so far, and other factors of what makes Clark University, absolutely unique in its academia and cultural practices. So just would, at this point, love to welcome Harita on the webinar. Hi, Harita. Thank you so much for joining us. It is a pleasure to host you.
Thank you. Thank you for that introduction.
Thank you so much. So we will jump into the dialogue. We're just waiting for a couple of more attendees until 3:05, which is one more minute, and then we'll start right away. Meanwhile, if you guys are planning to do your master's in the US, especially if it's an MS degree, please feel free to jump in, ask questions on the Q&A button. I'll take them forward to Harita. We'll ask her all about um, Clark and why Clark is a good choice, even if you're looking for better universities or even if you're looking at other universities located elsewhere in the US. We'd love to help you for sure. So just another one more minute, and we will start, Harita. Yes, I think now is a great time to start. Just to give a context, I'll introduce upGrad. So upGrad is a higher education platform. What we're doing is we work with some of the finest universities in the United States for their MS and MBA programs, hosting their year one online. So we help these universities design, develop, and deliver their online year one. With us, we've got two Indian partners, Triple ID Bangalore and IMT Ghaziabad, that help us with the year one delivery of a part of the coursework of MS and MBA. So in all, if you're planning to study masters in the US, know that the US masters is going to be 18 months long, which can be stretched up to 24 months maximum. I mean, it shouldn't take that long. And a part of the coursework, so every US master's degree will have about 10 to 12 subjects that you're supposed to do, equivalent to about 30 to 36 credits that you have to earn during these 2 years.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Got that. So I think I'd keep my video off. I don't think I'm in a good spot. But just wanted to make sure that all of our attendees know that we've now got over 10 universities in the US: Clark University, Yeshiva, Johnson and Wales, University of Bridgeport, University of West Florida, Edgewood College, Troy University, Golden Gate University, that we're closely working with, ensuring that a part of their coursework, almost 6 to 9 credits of the 36 that you're supposed to complete in the US, can be completed here in India, which means you don't have to wait for the official intake. You can just start right away. You don't even have to quit your job. And you can, sort of go on until 8 months of Triple IT Bangalore's advanced certificate program in computer science or data science or AI, the ones attributable to your MS course. And then you can finally go abroad to the US, complete 1 year of your studies, and then get done with an MS degree with, of course, the equivalent amount of work visa, post-study work visa that you normally get. So my question to Harita, uh, I mean, now that you guys know about upGrad, you know what upGrad is doing in the field of higher ed for students aiming to go for MS in the US. We've made it so much more accessible, so much more easier, so much more democratized that you can switch between AI, ML, switch between cybersecurity, computer science, so on and so forth. Harita, when she comes from, while she comes from Clark University, I think I'll keep the entire program, the entire webinar very general in terms of MS in the United States. So Harita, my first question to you is going to be, why did you choose the United States for your MS? What is it that appealed to you the most?
Like masters in US is like a big thing, to be honest. Like you can do it in other countries, but the outcomes, the career possibilities and everything in US is particularly different. So that's the major most reason why I choose US, and especially for my masters. It's because of the career opportunities.
Got that. And so because you're a student of MSIT, why in particular have you chosen information technology? For all the attendees to know also that Clark University has a school called the School of Professional Studies, SPS, which we've tied up with. So when you do the Triple ID Bangalore ACP, the Advanced Certificate Program, you can actually move into MS Project Management, MS IT, or MS Data and Analytics. So my question to Harita is why is it that she's picked up IT?
So the reason why I choose IT is because my background in undergrad is a different stream. So I wanted something where I want to get into technical as well as I wanted to do it in a baby steps, like small steps. So IT is something where I'll be getting introduced to all the technical subjects and especially cybersecurity. So that's the reason I took IT, information technology, so that it will be easy for me to get a career, good career.
Got that. And because you said that your background's a little different and you come from a non-tech background, would love to know the transition. So if you could talk a little bit about the background that you come from, and because you're successfully enrolled into Clark University, you got a US visa, the consulate accepted that you're making a transition. And I think for most students in India, which we serve every day, I think this is a big question mark that they always have, that hey, when we're from a non-tech background with little or no experience in coding or programming or DS. And so if we're supposed to make a shift, would the universities or the visa offices ever believe us? So wanted to know your experience with this, Rita.
Oh, like coming to the visa point of view, yes, you might, like they might ask you a tricky question, but if you can like clarify him why you are really going to study masters in that particular field, then I don't think and I don't see any problem in the visa. And coming to my transition from non-tech to technical background, basically I'm from a BCom computer application. So I always wanted to end up being a software engineer or something related to technology. So that passion, I think that made me choose this information technology, because I can get introduced to technical knowledge subjects courses and then like get into it. So the transition is smooth. I didn't find hard anywhere, because information technology will be teaching you all the basic technical terms and technology terms. So I think it's an easy transition. So that doesn't like made me hard, like go hard on anything. It's an easy transition.
Got that. And I think it's absolutely undoubtedly clear that why is US, you know, a major hotspot for technology. Not only is it the number one economy in the world, I think in 2021 alone, US tech economy was 1.8 trillion USD, which is a big thing. I think, uh, you know, almost half the world combined in the US would still have a bigger tech industry than all of them, right? And so, also, I think for all the attendees to know, because the US has the largest economy in the world, 9.3% of the entire economy is just technology. 30% of entire exports that they make, or that they transfer or manufacture, is just technology. So uh, it goes unsaid that the US is a great spot for you to be doing your MS in. Uh, you know, I'd love to know from Harita. Just want to know if there's no lag.
No, there's no lag. It's clear.
Hi, I just wanted to check if you can hear me now.
Yes.
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 Yeah. So where did you hear me? I mean, where did I leave? At what point did I?
No, I
Uh,
don't think nothing, like there's nothing wrong from your end. We can hear you clearly.
Got that. So I was just explaining to the attendees here that the US economy is, of course, the largest in the world. And the fact that 9.3% of the entire GDP is just technology. And my point is, uh, I've always heard that the US university, especially when it comes to MS courses, have a lot of corporate driven research that keeps happening. So how has your experience been with that? How has the industrial intervention supplemented or complemented your studies at Clark?
So, according to me, like Clark has the best alumni or else like experiences for me, because like they were there in every single step when I needed them, and the core courses especially like were taught like hybrid, and also like you can go in person where you can like get all the doubts and everything cleared. And so yes, like it is good.
Got that. And have you had a CPT so far?
Yes, I am currently on my CPT.
That is great. I just want you to throw some light on how does CPT work. I think that's one big doubt that almost every Indian student aspiring to go to the US has. One, what is CPT and how does it function? And what kind of chances do you get? And after how long can you apply for a CPT? So for everybody here to know, CPT is curricular practical training, and Harita will start explaining. So in a 2 years MS degree, when does CPT start? What is OPT? When does that start? Over to you, Harita.
Yeah. So basically, CPT, as Pranit said, is curricular practical training. So CPTs, you will be eligible for CPT when you complete your 2 semesters. So as I already completed my 2 semesters, I started searching for internship. So CPT is nothing but this is something where you'll be doing in between your studies. So since it's a 2 years program and I wanted to do an internship, so that's where I landed on CPT. So basically, like university will be helping you with the career opportunities, like where the internships are available and how can you get them. So I got one, and with the help of the university, and that's how you can land on CPTs. And
And
like OPT
go
is
ahead.
something eligible to get them after your completing of masters, so it's basically a stay back option, and CPT is something where you'll be doing in between your masters.
Got that. So where have you currently gotten the CPT at?
So my CPT is at CIS Technologies, which is an Texas-based company. So my role is a Salesforce administrator. So yes,
So you're working for Salesforce, is it?
yes, I'm
You're a
working with.
Salesforce administrator, is it? Got that. And don't mind us asking, but in a CPT, how is the pay rate for Indian students? I mean, I'm not necessarily asking your wages, but on a general average, how are they paid like?
Like CPTs may vary actually. Like you can take 20 hours or 40 hours a week, which is part time and full time. So mine is a full time, and the pay will be like per hour. It might be $25 or it might be $30, or sometimes it might even go high. And sometimes you will be doing it for free as a free internship too. So the pay varies from companies and different roles. So it depends from 25 to,
Got that. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
yeah, you can like from $25 to $50. You can earn any point at any point. So
Wonderful. So when you said CPT can be done both part-time and full-time, yes?
yes.
Yes. Uh, when I'm doing my master's, I think there's a general rule that only after I complete one official year in the US, I can apply for CPT, yes?
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Uh, only after I complete 1 year or at least 11 months in the US, only then can I apply for CPT, right? Yes?
Yes, that is correct.
And you mentioned that you're doing a full-time CPT, which means you've paused your academics for a while. You're going to complete your CPT and then get back to academics, or is the university going on in parallel, or you're on a break?
No, the university is going on parallel, so I'm not on break. I'm doing my CPT full time at the same time doing my courses too.
Got that. And so CPT is completely optional, right? Yes.
It's optional. There's no rule saying that you need to take CPT. But if you have an internship opportunities, then you can opt it. Like data science, I think data analytics, I think there is a mandatory internship option. So to get that,
Right.
yeah.
Got that. So largely, I think for all attendees to know, when you complete 11, I'm sorry, when you complete 11 months of your academics in the United States, you can apply for a CPT. But which like Harita mentioned, you can do in parallel to your coursework that's happening in the university. I think that does give you a good market exposure, but then that also ensures that you have relevant work experience to constructively show before you apply for OPT, which is the post-study work visa. So the more experience you gain for yourself in parallel to the coursework, the better it is. Yes?
Yes, it is.
Got that. And also, I think I've heard from most students that if you have a decent CPT where your university is helping you, they might just be your employers after you graduate. I mean, there's always a good chance that if you're able to work well, you know where you fit in the US industry, I mean, the US tech industry, and might as well, be retained by them. Yes?
Yes.
Great. With respect to a typical day in in the life of a Clark SPS students, how would you explain that? As in, if you were attending your university the whole day, how does your day look like?
It depends on the courses I take. For example, if all my classes are like on the same day, I don't think that is like possible. So usually one course will be like mostly in the evenings, which is like 6 to 9. So my day at Clark will be like in the morning we'll be going to on campus, and in the evening we'll be going to classes, and then in between we'll be having many events, many cultural events, or else like many group events where we'll be attending and having fun. So it's a mix of everything. You can learn, you can earn, and you can at the same time you can have fun too. So that's how it looks in the Clark.
Got that. Uh, how is the faculty like? So I have heard from a lot of students that when you select MS, in the US, your faculty is a good mix of industrial experts, of academic experts, of CEOs, CMOs, CFOs, CTOs trying to teach you, as well as guest lecturers or adjunct faculty. How would you, explain your experience with this?
So I have this professor called Richard Sehon, where he is a CIO for Fidelity Bank, and at the same time he'll be bringing all the guest lectures where, from his office, like whether it is cybersecurity department or whether it is like system analysis department. So the faculty is really friendly, and they'll be letting you know, like they'll be helping you in each and every step. So I would say like it's very friendly environment.
Got that. I think we've got a few questions to address, Harita. I'll keep sending them. I mean, I'll keep redirecting them one by one to you. Are you ready, Harita? Ready?
Yes.
Yeah, I said we got a few questions. Yeah, got it. Uh, so yeah, I think a couple of them have asked you what other MS programs can we do. So in your experience, I'm sure you've had a good student group. You've done a good amount of networking for yourself. Which are some of the new age MS courses that you'd like to recommend? Apart from the one that you've chosen for yourself, Rita.
uh like if you are someone who is looking into technology, then I would definitely recommend MSDA data analytics. And if you're someone who is into management or project manager, then you can choose project management course. So every course has its unique differences and unique course curriculums, and also like you will be having unique career opportunities. So I would suggest everything in Clark because I personally like Clark, so it's good.
Got that. Rakesh says, "Sir, can't we do our CPT when we're in the third semester in the US, like we're completing 2 semesters in India?" So, Rakesh, when you go to Clark University for MS Project Management, MS Information Technology, and MS Data Analytics, you're doing so. A typical Clark University degree is going to be 30 credits wide, six of which, or two out of the 10 subjects, can be completed in India through the Triple IT Bangalore ACP, the Advanced Certificate Program in Data Science, right? When you do that in 8 months, you transfer to Clark for 8 courses, which can be easily completed in 12 months, easily. So there's no point of doing CPT when you can easily apply for OPT, right? So why do you want to work part time when you have the when you're entitled to work full time And clerk salaries can sometimes go as high as 100,000 USD. So why would you, limit your salary and then work part time? I can still go back to Harita and ask her for her opinion. I mean, look, for all the attendees know, Harita has been Clark student since day one, and she's been studying since fall of 21 when we just started partnering with Clark. So of course she had no option with like this. But I, I would love to ask her that if had she had the choice, would she pick this? Considering that all upgrad students will get a 30% scholarship by default at Clark University, SPS for the last 8 subjects that they're supposed to do.
So like CPT is not mandatory. First of all, like CPT is something where if you're looking for experience for a while, then I would definitely suggest doing it. But end of the days, OPT is like way more better compared to CPT because CPT is just, but OPT is something where you will be like in a full time position. So I would definitely recommend like choosing OPT rather than doing CPT.
Sure, and just so we have a wholesome or broader view to this. If you had the choice to go through upgrad for Triple ID Bangalore, doing six of out of 30 course credits in India, and not wait for the official intake, and then move to the campus on official intake for the rest 8 on a 30% scholarship, would you take that? I think would you recommend that to students here?
Honestly speaking, like as I said, I'm from a non-technical background. I have seen the course which upgrad is offering. Like that will be really helpful in terms if you are someone who has no knowledge, especially technical ones, because you'll be getting in depth about programming and everything. So yes, I would definitely recommend this program if you're someone who is fresher. So that will be easy for you after going into the clerk and then like after graduating and everything, so that you will be well with the technical terms and everything.
Talking about this, I want to draw upon your experience and ask you, do you hear me now, Harita?
Yes, I can.
Do you hear me? Yeah, I
Yes.
said I want to draw upon your experience, right? And I want to ask you, um, how long did it take for you to settle into the course? Because sometimes there's an academic rigor or a gruesome nature of academia when you move to a new university, right? So, because you come from a, I mean, I wouldn't say that you come from an entirely non-technical background, but yes, not a typical tech degree, that you had during your bachelor's. How long did it take you? If someone comes to clock with the base program done with Python, R, SQL, all of these languages done, machine learning specialization done, do you foresee a better academic success for them?
Yes, that like I can, as I said, you will be having a good knowledge in all those terms if you like do it first, and then like after going there, then you will be setting it easily. Like the transition will be smooth. If like personally, I faced few problems in the start because I couldn't understand anything, and then I worked hard to get to know each and every course, and I went in depth. So like this course which is offering all the basics and all the certifications, especially SQL and Python, I think yes, that will help, and according to me that will really help for smooth transition.
Sure, I think, at this point, I just want all the attendees to know that there are foundational, elementary skill set capabilities, languages that you need to know to succeed in a data science or IT or computer science program is available, and you do that within 8 months, which is with a certain amount of GPA. That completion alone, with the 2.67 grade on a 4 GPA scale, can get you 30% scholarship in Clark. And I won't be surprised if you don't believe me here, but Clark University's complete SPS degrees, whether it's MSPM, MSIT, or MS Data Analytics, can be completed within 15 lakh Indian rupees. So the fee for Clark after scholarship is 16,000 US dollars. The first 8 months would cost you 3 lakhs. So that's 12 lakhs plus three, and you're done with the degree. That's 15 lakhs, you're done. And so UK is much more expensive than that. There was a time that UK degrees were 14 to 15,000 pounds, but at this point, UK can go as high as 25,000 pounds, right? So um, somebody's asked me why US is better compared with UK. So of course, I laid down the ground facts that US has a superlative tech economy. You've got 117 out of the the Fortune 500 companies in the world. US has about 400 really, really, really big high-tech startups. You've got the likes of um, firms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft. You've got Meta out there, so many different firms. You've got Cisco, you've got Salesforce, so many firms across the world. So many tech firms that are leading in the world are based in the US. So, you know, that is one part of it, the economical side of it. But the other part is that it's cheaper now than ever before. And the third part is the US promises lucrative salaries, right? Over 100,000 USD. I can still go back to Harita and Oscar from all the batchmates she's had, the average salaries the clerk students get.
So the average salary starts from 70,000 K, like $70,000, and it might even go up till 200 K dollars. You can select $70,000.
I couldn't get that. I think you'll have to repeat that. I'm
But
so sorry.
so the average salary is at $70,000 per annum, and it can even go up to $200,000 per annum, depending upon how much experience you have. And yeah, the average will be like $70,000 or 80.
Absolutely. So technically speaking, you're spending about close to 20,000 USD all in all, and you're earning about 70,000 USD in your year one. And Harita mentioned sometimes some students have also been getting 200,000 USD as their starting salaries when they when they graduate with a tech degree in the US, especially Clark. I think one of the other things that I love about Clark is based in Worcester, which is next to Boston, and student community from MIT, student community from Harvard, student community from UMass Boston, community from Boston University, all of them are available, accessible to you. When you grow up around them, when you develop your academic skills or research skills, or you do internships, or you have general student events or conferences with the likes of such universities, I think you grow differently. Also, I think I've been told that Clark University has a regular faculty exchange with Harvard. Not student exchange, of course, but faculty exchange with Harvard, which means a lot of Harvard faculty comes and gives a lot of speech or interact with student communities from MIT. Yeah, we just want to know if you've had the chance to engage with them.
Well, as I said, from MIT, yes, sometimes like we will be having a guest lecture or something from them, so that like yes, you will be and you will be having an opportunity to like discuss any hurdles or something, like if you want an opportunity or anything. So yes, you will be having contact with the professors from the other universities, like, especially they'll be coming.
Got that. Um, if you're completing 8 months here, how many days will it take for the next year to clock? What is the time days in between? So if you're starting now, clock will have two intakes, Jan and September. and then you'll move there as soon as you're done. So if you start now, which is August, you'd complete your 8 months in May, right?
Mm-hmm.
April or May. So you anyway can apply 4 months prior for your visa, which is your F1 visa. As soon as you're done with your F1 visa, you're off to the US. And so, it's not like you complete 8 months and you can move to the US the same day. You have to apply for the US visa. But I think, logically speaking, Rakesh, of course, we can go back to Harita and ask her about her experience, but you need time to get the visa. You have to get all the financials in one place, to get all the transcripts in one place. I have to book the visa appointment. And then, of course, I think it's an absolute good fit. So our batches start 31st of August. You complete in May first week. You apply for the visa. Anyway, Rakesh, even if you were to apply right now, fall intake is next to impossible. Um, and I mean, fall 22 intake is next to not doable at all. And so the next big intake would be fall 23. So at this point, we're saying if you start now, uh, you will already be 2 out of 10 courses down with like Harita mentioned, so much more readiness to pursue the rest of the curriculum. Sai has a question for you, Harita. I'm from non-technical background. I'm not interested towards tech backgrounds like coding and programming. Which course to opt for in masters? I have no IT experience and I'm interested in MBA. So if you're interested in MBA, I think you've answered the thing already, but I still can go back to Harita and ask her what are some of the non-tech courses that she recommends?
Honestly speaking, like many of them are interested in coding and everything. I personally am not interested in coding. So you have multiple options. Like you can choose project management, you can choose business, you can choose like other courses where there is like minimal of coding and more of like management. So I recommend manager everything. So project management, so you can become project manager, and then agile scrum master. These are the really good courses where without coding and everything.
Sure. What is the fees of Clark? So Clark's fee on an average, I think we can go back to Harita and ask her what has she paid? How is her fee structure like? Because she's a regular student. For upgrad students, that's 3 lakhs for triple ID Bangalore course plus 16,800 USD on a 30% scholarship. And then the actual Indian currency fee would be about 15 point some lakhs. So, yeah. But going back to Harita, we can ask her how much has the fee been for her?
So as I said, I came in fall 2021. At that time, my course fees was like 2,900 and something. So it's approximately like $2,900, and you have 10 courses, so it's $29,000, and there is a scholarship too for the person who applies. So my fee came down to $22,000. So that's for my entire master.
22, you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
And so far, how do you factor in the living expenses? As in, if there's someone going to the US, what would you advise them if they're coming to Clark University, which is in Worcester, Massachusetts? How is the living expenses like?
So the living expenses are moderate. I wouldn't say it's expensive, so it's moderate. You can spend $500 for your room. It will be like 600 to 700 to minimum to like survive in the Ooster. So it's not expensive. It's not like cheap to moderate.
Got that. Uh, can you please tell the start date of the program? Like max all students who are opting now go to Clark and vote. Yes, all students opting now can go to Clark in fall of 2023. And yeah, I think that should be correct. Yes, even if you start until September 15th, you can still enter Clark because look, the US visa, norm suggests that you can apply for the US visa 4 months prior to the course commencement on campus for which you've got the I-20. So Sandeep is asking how Harita applied for that. So, Harita, can you sort of take them through the entire visa process and what happens first, what happens second? How was your experience?
So I applied through online by checking the courses and everything, and then I got admitted into Clark. So once the moment you get your I-20, that is nothing but your eligibility for visa. So the moment I get my I-20, I started applying for my visa slots, and then like it's a basic process where you'll be going and attending the visa interview. So yeah, that's how you like apply for it.
Got that. I'm having an experience in web development for 3 years. How does switching to Clark would further help me in terms of employment? Yeah, I think switching to Clark, of course, Clark, like I mentioned, is in the top 100 in the US and any university that's ranked. So the US universities, rarely use the QS rankings. They use the US News Higher Education rankings. And according to that, Clark is the top 100 universities in the US out of 4,500 that they have. When you go to a great school in the US, with, of course, a definite coding and programming experience, I think tech industry is already very robust, it's very lucrative, and jobs are going to, of course, be there. If Harita was helped or assisted by the university in getting a CPT for her, I'm only sure. I mean, I can only say this with a lot of confidence and conviction that OPT is something that they really, really, really assist you with. And if you switch to Clock and you do an MS data analytics, you do an MS IT, there would not, of course, be any lack of jobs. But we can still go back to Harita and ask her, in her experience, what have been some of the companies where Clark students have been placed, her seniors?
So most of them are placed in Amazon as SD software development engineers, and most of them are placed in Microsoft and also like software development engineers. So they have like various companies where you can like go into, but the most and happening thing is like Amazon, where you can get easily in.
Right, so one thing we were certain for sure is Amazon recruits from Clark, yes?
Yes.
What about Fiat Clark for MS? I've already answered that at 16,800 US dollars. That means, like Harita mentioned, she's done 2 years of MS, or she plans to do it in 2 years. You can save not just, I think, close to 13,200 US dollars, but you're also saving 1 year of living expenses. 1 year. Of course, I think someone's asked what is the GRE requirements and the GPA requirements to enter into Clark. So I think Harita can answer better. But just so you guys know, with us, Triple ID Bangalore needs a 50% mark grade in your bachelor's and a 2.67 mark grade out of 4 GPA in the Triple IDB course, after which you transfer to Clark, and you do not need GRE at all. You don't, because there's no need for you to demonstrate your academic record since you have already cleared 2 out of the 10 subjects with a specific grade. But I think I go back to Harita and ask, if a student were to directly go to Clark like you did, what is the GPA GRE requirement?
So if you're looking
Hope
directly, the
you can hear
GPA
me.
would be like, yeah, I can hear you.
I please go ahead.
Go. Yeah, if you're looking for like direct applications, then the requirements for GPA is like minimum 3 GPA, and then you'll be eligible for applying. And coming to GRE is like optional. You can write it, or else like it's not needed, it's waived off. But at the same point, if you have GRE, then if you directly apply, then the scholarship chances are like increasing. Like you can get more scholarship if you have GRE and 3 GPA.
Got that. How is the student community at Clark? How would you describe that? As in, have you had a good, rich experience?
Oh yes.
Diverse also.
Yes. So Clark is really friendly. Clark has like a lot of Indian community, and along with that, they have the American and all around the world community. Since it has undergrad and grad both together, there's no difference like this is undergrad or this is grad. The entire community is really friendly and you will be having a good time.
Got that. Uh, Dhruv has asked you, how is the crime rate, and are you, I mean, do you feel safe, or how was when you decided to go to the US, how did that weigh in as a factor? But just before you answer that, for going with upgrad abroad, we don't need GRE. Yes, we do not need GRE with upgrad at all. Going back to Harita, we'd love for you to throw some light on the safety part. That how did you decide that? How did you get over any fear, if you had any, for your safety?
Honestly speaking, this is the most question asked because I don't know where these people are searching, like where everyone is searching from. But like Ooster is like the safest place, and especially Clark is like really safe because they have Clark police inside. So whenever something happens, they will be like quick, and there are like telephone booths every 15 minutes of walk or something, so that if you feel unsafe or something, you can just like simply press the button so that the police will be coming in. And also coming to the safety part, it's completely safe. I have been here like since 1 year and I haven't experienced any bad experience here. So there is no, I wouldn't say there is no crime rate, but it's safe. Like I can assure you that it's safe.
Thanks, Sarita. How about the opportunities in US for mechanical engineers after completion of their masters? Almost everybody here is asking mechanical engineering courses. Any co-op courses, master programs would also help for GC. So I don't think Harita can answer anything regarding green cards. I don't think she's authorized. But
Yeah.
would love to know from you, Harita, what are some of the non-technical courses you recommend, which you've seen your friends or your other classmates or university mates at Clark do from India?
As I said, I would recommend project management for being project manager, where it's completely like non-technical and you can like lead the project. And next one is like Scrum Master, which is like which is related to Agile, so that's non-technical, and then like you will be getting a good job. And then without technical terms, I would definitely suggest cybersecurity, which is in the course of MSIT, so that you can like just look into the securities and everything. And then if you're interested in management, then I would definitely suggest system analysis and also system analytics. So yes, there are like plenty of non-technical courses where courses and careers where you can choose. Like you can even choose MSIT and then like go for non-technical non-technical career, because like MSIT is a mix of everything. So yes, there are like plenty of opportunities.
Thank you, Harita. I think we've pretty much answered almost every single thing. I think just to let you know, we've got a few mechanical engineering questions. Well, we've got a university in the United States called Case Western Reserve. It's 138, if I'm not wrong, on QS rankings. It's one of the most sought after universities in the US. It's in Ohio, Case Western Reserve University. We've got an MS in mechanical engineering. You can apply to us for that. All you gotta do is you do the first semester out of the 3 semesters in India, in Hyderabad or Bangalore campus of In Sophie, one of our entity partners. And then once you do the 6 months of your case Western Reserve University in the US and do your MS Mechanical Engineering. Uh, Harita, we've got a question. Person A with GRE 320 and IELTS 7.5 and person B with only IELTS 7, do both receive same scholarship or different? I think Harita's mentioned it pretty clearly that if you've got a good GRE score, the chances of you getting a scholarship are higher. But I can still go back to her and ask her.
Yeah, as I said, like the IELTS score 7 and the GRE 323 is really good score, and I think like you'll be getting a good amount of scholarship, like highest amount of scholarship because of your academics.
At Clark SPS, what is the highest amount of scholarship that they give you, Harita?
Uh, for me, it's 30%. So the most like average scholarship which Clark gives out is 20 or 25% if you apply directly.
Yeah, I think I'd love to know, love to let all the attendees know that 30%, which is the highest scholarship of SPS, is already given to every upgrad learner anyway. If you go through the Triple ID Bangalore course, you are given the 30% scholarship anyway that Harita also got, which is like in our experience the highest. Sandeep, I've already told that we've got MS Mechanical Engineering with Case Western Reserve University. So Varshini says, where can we do MS
Sorry,
in
I think we
ML
got
and AI? So we've got a few universities, like I said, we've got university. You were mentioning something, Harita?
I mean, like your voice is lagging.
Now is it okay?
Yeah, it is.
Got that. And is there a specific point where where I stopped
It's when
being
the question
audible?
was, yeah, it's when the question was asked. So,
Should I wait? I'll just repeat. Um, I don't even remember which question, but there are so many, almost 100 of them. But yes, Varshini says, where can we do MS in ML and AI? So we've got a few university partners, almost a dozen now. We've got Clark University, which is in Worcester, Massachusetts. We've got Yeshiva University in New York, which has AI. We've got University of Bridgeport, which has AI. We've got Johnson and Wales University. We've got University of West Florida. We have got Golden Gate University. We've got Edgewood College. We've got Clarkson University. We have got Touro University. So all of these are in the US, but for artificial intelligence, I think I would recommend Yeshiva University in New York. It's number 78 in the US and top 250 universities in the world. In the world, so it's in the top 1% list. That's where I recommend the MSAI. Of course, the starting program or the base course for both Clark and Yeshiva are same. They're triple IDB Advanced Certificate program in data science. Uh, got one more question. You didn't mention the start date. So the start date is 31st of August and 15th is the earliest date that you need to register, So make sure that you get in touch with us immediately. Mechanical is a vast stream. In MS we have to choose a specific subject. Yeah, so MS is so Sandeep, the nomenclature in the US is suggestive of MS for any technical or science degree. So MS Mechanical Engineering is a typical engineering degree, right? Will my BTech GPA affect my job opportunities in the US? I want to do as your GPA is enough to get you into the MS courses in the US, then it is going to be your MS grade or your MS marks that help you get jobs in the US. May I know which US university is really upgrad would you recommend for MSCS or data analytics in terms of QS? In terms of QS, it's going to be Yeshiva University. In terms of normal ROI, I think Clock is the best for DA, the best, because you're spending a minimal amount of about 15 lakhs and you're getting close to about 70 to 100,000 USD on an average, which is approximately 60 lakhs of rupees, almost four times the amount of money you're spending. If not Yeshiva, then you can go to Bridgeport, which has an MS in analytics. You can go for MSCS in West Florida, MSCS in Johnson and Wales, MSCS in Bridgeport, MSCS. Where else would you have it? Yeah, you have business and analytics in Golden Gate University also, which is in the lap of Silicon Valley. So I think ROI wise, Clark makes the most amount of sense. Uh, I would suggest Bridgeport, to also make so is the top notch university that we have. It's just 250 on QS worldwide. Um, does Yeshiva have hostel? Yes. Harita, can you explain or take us through the Clark residential halls and the hostel facility there?
yes. So basically, like Clark has dorms, which is like related to Clark University. And along with that, you even have jump off campus where you can find the accommodations like separately without linked with the university. So if you choose a residential which is given by Clark, it might be like $4,000 per semester. So if you choose like something which is without Clark and go through the jump off campus, it will be like $500 per month or like $700 per month, depending on like how you're choosing. So the accommodation is nearby and you can easily get it.
Got that. Yogesh says I have good scores in GRE, but my BTech score is below 60. So Clark will not accept you below 60 at all. Yeshiva won't accept you, but there are universities like West Florida. There's universities like Bridgeport, and there's university like Golden Gate that can accept you as long as you have 55% and above. Another thing, Yogesh, is sometimes uh, you can improve your GPA in the base core a healthy grade. Uh, in your base course with Triple ID Bangalore, there's a stronger likelihood of entering into Clark. Because the good part about this articulation course is you get another chance to demonstrate your academic excellence. Right? Yogesh says, will my BTech GPA affect my job opportunities in the US? No. As long as you've got enough grades to enter into a good MS course, this shouldn't affect. May I know which year? So this is also answered. And does it make much difference if you're not studying in campus for the first year? No, of course. You get a regular degree. So at the end of the tenure, both Harita and upgrad students will get absolutely same amount of you know the scholarship. You will get the same amount of opportunities. You will get the same amount of research chances. You'll get the same amount of any opportunity that Harita as a regular student get. Of course, you will be entitled to the same amount or the length of work visa, which is 3 years for a STEM graduate, right? Harita, I think we've pretty much answered everything. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, the one thing I would like to share is like whether you decided to do your masters or not, whether you're still in a phase where you're confused about the decision to take masters. I would definitely recommend doing it because like you'll have a good experience, whatever the university is or wherever it is. So I would definitely recommend each and everyone to do it, and then like you'll never regret doing it. So yeah, that is the thing I want to add.
Thank you so much, Harita. I think you've been absolutely orchestrative and instrumental in helping us understand the different opportunities that Clark students will get, the different opportunities that US MS students normally get. How has the CPT been like for you? How have academics been for you? How is an average day in your life like? And what kind of faculty does Clark have? I think that pretty much sums the entire webinar. Just for a revision, basic quick revision, upgrad has 8 months of a course with Triple ID Bangalore, which is the Advanced Certificate Program in Data Science or Computer Science or Cybersecurity or Artificial Intelligence, leading you into some of these courses. The good part is you don't have to decide now. You can always also change your course after a year once you're done with the ACP with Triple ID Bangalore, and you can start right away. I'm going to give you my email address on the chat box. Please feel free to ask me anything that I could not answer for you. But trust me, almost every degree that we're doing, by and large, the certification or the degree or your receptivity in the job market or your perceptibility for that matter in front of anyone who's going to employ you or who's going to teach you or who's going to help you get into a doctoral course will have absolutely no difference than a regular Clark student. You're going to be absolutely there. at the same point as he or she is if they started regularly. Uh, Harita is going to be joined by some of our students this year at the Clark campus who've already questions, doubts, queries. Please feel free to write to me on my email. I wish you guys good luck and I wish you guys a great weekend ahead. Thank you so much, Harita. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much. It's been pleasure meeting you.